We're going back in time, and we're going to pay homage to one of the great forms of entertainment in childhood, and that is comic books.
The Natural Habitat Podcast. The Natural Habitat Podcast. Habitat Podcast.
Do you have the remote for the time machine?
Yep.
All right, everybody. Welcome to the Natural Habitat Podcast. My name is Mikey Boohyah.
My name's Unknown.
And it's Thursday, so we're going to go back in time and appreciate the things that we loved so much in our childhood. And today, we're visiting comic books. So, let's do it. Hit that button. Oh, ho, ho, ho. All right. Got to put in the year. All right. Are we there? Did we make it?
I think we're here.
I can't tell.
Hold on. Look outside. Tell me what you see.
Excuse me, sir. Excuse me. What color is Michael Jackson? All right. We're here. We're good. Hey, thanks for joining us, everybody. So we decided to get together on this wonderful chilly day in November. Novem. I like to abbreviate it Novem, just because it's a little bit easier to say. It's not all the way abbreviated.
The Nov.
The Novem. It's like Nov is taken. You know what I mean? Nov. That's like on calendars. That's abbreviated everywhere. So we try to be different. Think outside the box. So. Maybe Vember. Maybe that's the month we are.
Yeah.
So
Vember, bro.
So we're in a cold day of Vember, and we decided to go back and appreciate things that were colorful, came in print, and kept you company when you were chilling on a rainy day and didn't have a smartphone or a laptop or a Xbox 360 to keep you company. You would read comic books. Were you a comic book guy, Joey?
No.
No, you didn't read comic books at all ever?
Yeah. No, like I liked comic books. I had a lot of comic books, but I was fucking ADD, dude. I couldn't sit there and read shit. You know, like I wasn't a book reader. I wasn't like a comic book reader, even though it was mostly pictures. I mean, like I would look through them, but I mean, a lot of stuff that we did was like inspiration drawn from like comic books. You know what I mean? Like we would play scenarios out, either with like toys or fucking playing with friends or whatever. You know what I mean? Like you'd pretend to play the same scenarios as fucking what would be happening in the comic books or whatever. But as far as like reading the stories and like, you know what I mean, catching every print episode or every, you know what I mean, that wasn't really me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, whether you knew it or not, a lot of TV shows and movies and like things that and toys and shit that spawned out of comic books were all over the place when we were kids. And
yeah,
you know, whether a lot of the times we didn't know the link at the time that it came from a comic book, but pretty much everything came from a fucking comic book. And
yeah,
it all started in the 30s, I guess, in American comic book history. But I found out that comic books go all the way back to 18th century Japan and 1830s Europe. They used to make all these different types of, I guess you would call them comic books, but we're not going to count those because I don't know much about the history, and it could just be comic strips, which aren't the same, because comic strips were done forever, but a comic book is, you know, collected, put together into a story, not a newspaper surrounding it, you know what I'm saying? And
yeah.
And that's
I mean, it is all the same, but it isn't. You know what I mean? Like it all stems from the same thing, but I guess until it was printed in book form is what we're talking about.
Yeah, because you know, I'm trying to relate it to something like like you can, like if no, I can't do it. I'm too high. I've been taking too many dabs. I don't know what I was gonna say. Something about like you can have a blunt, and like we could talk about smoking blunts all day, but no, that's not no. I can't do it. Never mind. I'm not good at talking today, so forget it.
Fail. All right, moving right along.
Mm-hmm. So, in 1938, some would say the biggest release ever in comic book history was Action Comics #1, and that was the appearance of Superman, which that comic book in mint condition sold in 2001 for $2.1 million at some fucking
crazy, man.
Some auction. So
that's a lot of money for some ink and some paper,
right? And that started the whole superhero genre. You know what I mean? It was called a certain thing, and I'm gonna call it the superhero genre because I'm pretty sure that sounds like it could be right. And that spawned, your X-Men and Batman and all of these different things. And it's crazy how this one like comic book back in the 30s that people were against, because sometime in the 40s, I think, comic book sales surpassed regular book sales. And a lot of people were pissed about that and started burning comic books as if it was it was in 46. They started burning comic books.
It doesn't seem like a hard achievement when they were so cheap.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Comic books compared to regular books, there's no comparison. You know what I mean? Like, go buy them new off the shelf right now. You'll get a comic book, a bestseller, whatever, random book, regular book
for like $4.
It'll cost you, it'll cost you more than a comic book. You go get a brand new comic book, it's gonna be like $1.99 or $2.99 or something like that. You know?
I was talking comic book. A book will be like $20 at least.
Yeah. So it's like there's really no comparison. It seems like it should be an easy thing to do. You know what I mean? Like buying more comic books is definitely a feasible thing because of the price difference alone.
See, and it's crazy that they blew up so big. So many people were against them, like the older folk of America that didn't understand the comic books, and they would find their kids reading comic books hidden inside of their textbooks and shit. And go ahead.
I was gonna say during the craze of like in the beginning, when comic books were coming up and so popular back then, they were also like experimental, and there was like anybody could have made a comic book that back then. There wasn't just a couple companies like there is now. You know what I mean? Like it was really independent. There was like a lot of them were like pornish.
Yeah, real
life.
like
A lot of them were horror or campy. You know what I mean? A lot of them were random material that had no purpose or anything. And I feel like that is part of what brought on like a lot of negative attention and aspects towards it, because people didn't understand it because of how outlandish a lot of them were.
Yeah, and it was real like taboo at times and real slanderish.
Yeah.
And that was that spawned in the 50s the Comics Code Authority, which I found out about, and that was because the government was gonna regulate comic books and the material that went in it. So instead of the government taking over, the comic book creators, it was the Comics Magazine Association of America, created the Comics Code Authority, and they pretty much made sure that no authority figure or government official or anything like that would be bashed in a comic book, and only comic books that were deemed appropriate were approved with the Comics Code of Authority sticker, and those were the only comic books that would get deals for advertising for toys and shit like that, how there would be, little ads in the middle and shit. Well, that went on until 2010, where comic books had to have the stamp to be approved, but all the laws were changed after a while. But it's just crazy how big it got out of nowhere. Anybody could do it, like you said. So people were almost rebelling through comic books in a way, and they had to censor themselves. You know what I mean?
And hats off to them for doing it. You know what I mean? Like, how slick were they?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? To get the government to allow them to fucking police their own shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like, fuck you, Uncle Sam. We don't need you in this one. Just take our word for it.
Yeah.
Wink.
Because they saw the money in it. You know, they knew that it wasn't about, you know, at a certain point, you're like, look, I could do so much as one man and rebel against fucking this and that, or I can make, you know, billions of dollars off of these people or off of people that are like-minded as me and create some content. So they probably switched their game up. You know what I mean? They're like, look, we're done. We're done making fun of you guys anyway, so don't worry about it. So I have this list of things that were created by comic books, and one of which, there's actually a lot of them are pretty interesting. One is in Donald Duck's comic books back in the day. I'm not sure what year it was. It was called Lost in the Andes, and Donald Duck takes Huey, Dewey, and Louie to this place in the Andes, and they stumble across a place that Donald has been before, and everything's made out of blocks. It's like this pyramid thing. All the people are, you know, block shaped with block noses and blocked clothes, and he brings something circular into the city, and they like get pissed at him, so they make him mine these blocks and like turn these rocks into blocks. And the whole theme of the comic book is the game Minecraft. I don't know if you ever played it. I never played it, but I get like the gist of it. You know what I mean? And I've heard enough about it to know that that's pretty much what Minecraft is. And these pictures side by side, it's like the dude who made Minecraft read that comic when he was a kid, and then it probably stayed with him subconsciously, and he created that game like that. But
who knows?
It's crazy. You know, I don't know how many years before, fucking 60 years before Minecraft came out, here's this comic book with Minecraft World
that's a trip.
and Donald Duck all in it.
It's crazy.
And then
I think I just found my new favorite comic.
What's that?
Green Llama.
Fucking Green Llama.
Yeah.
That's a
He's
good
a practicing Buddhist. He's a practicing Buddhist, and one of his powers is reincarnation.
Very nice. And that was one of the many comic books that just failed, but went down in history. You know what I mean?
Should bring it back.
There's a lot of comics that did bad. One of them was Green Hornet. When it came out, it was a shitty comic. Nobody liked it. And then they ended up making the TV show, and the TV show blew up. And then they remade the comic, but they used the plot of the TV show instead of the original comic, and then the comic did great.
Nice.
So you never know what kind of ghetto comic is going to be the next big thing. So fucking Llama, what was it? Llama Man?
Green Llama.
Green Llama Man. Green Llama could be
just a Green Llama.
Green Llama Man could he could be the next Hollywood movie star. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Who's gonna play?
Another one called.
Who would play Green Llama?
There's another one called me.
You? I guess you live there. I was gonna say Charlie Day, but
no, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna be the smoking Green Llama.
I'm gonna do it. All right. Well, then you gotta call Charlie Day and let him know that he didn't get the part.
Tell him it's a fucking duel.
Hello?
Hey, fuck you. I'm the Green Llama.
What? Click.
You heard me.
Wow, man. I can't believe you did that. That's crazy. Yep. I wasn't even serious. You just fucking dialed him right up. All right. Well, you got the part, man.
I'm the Green Llama.
The Green Llama. It's coming in 2022 because it's going
to reincarnate into a motherfucking Master Kush plant.
Yeah. Damn.
And I'm gonna get smoked.
This is going to be heavy.
You know hell yeah.
And then it's going to turn into like a How High 2 kind of situation.
Yep. After you smoke me, then you turn into me.
It's going to be called...
And then there... Then there's like multiple green llamas.
Do we all have to like get our own costume, or do we when we turn?
No,
in,
you just like
if I were to like smoke you
high,
and then turn into you, do I turn into you with the costume?
Yeah, well, yeah, it's
All right,
like
cool.
Yeah, it's like the green llama costume with your face.
That'll be weird. That'd be weird to see walking around a bunch of green llamas with different faces.
Yep.
Well, I think I'm really excited. I'm sure the movie's going to be great. I can't wait.
Yep.
I hope I get a cameo in it. Keep me in mind.
Yep.
So,
you're going to be the red bee. The red bee.
Is that a thing? Is that a real character from?
Yeah, he was a superhero from the 40s. He used to fight Nazis using trained bees. His favorite bee's name was Michael, and he lived in the red bee's belt buckle.
Wow, what a weird place to live. That's creepy.
Yep, the green llama and the red bee. I reincarnate, and you sick trained bees on motherfuckers, and we just
that sounds dope.
Turn into stuff and
my main
chase stuff.
Wait, so my main bee is named after me? I named my name bee after myself. Michael.
Yeah.
Go and get him. Get back.
Michael, attack.
Get back in my belt buckle, but don't sting my dick. That seems very unsafe to have a bee that close. I would like to keep him somewhere else. Can I do that? If I become the red bee, can I change where I keep my bee? Yeah?
Yeah. It's your uniform.
All right, cool. I'm down then. We'll next Thursday we'll do it. All right? We'll go down to the park in Hollywood and we'll LARP. We'll LARP.
The Adventures of the Green Llama and Red Bee.
Yep, and we'll get it all on YouTube and Periscope as well as
actually
Tumblr.
Let's change it to the Green Bee, so we could both smoke weed. I'll be the Green Llama, you be the Green Bee.
All right, I'm down with that.
All right.
Okay, so
I'll spit on people and you sting them.
Man, this is turning into a dangerous day. I don't know if we should talk about this on the air.
Yeah, comic book illustrators start drawing this shit. Start drawing this shit.
Yep. Oh yeah, that reminds me. If anybody out there is listening and draws like art for comic books, or knows somebody that does art, or knows a guy that can do publishing, or a guy that does writing, let us know. Get them in contact with us, because we are thinking about making our very own Natural Habitat podcast comic book, The Adventures of Mikey Boohyah and Unknown. And it'll just be, things that happen here and things that we go through, and little side adventures of Greg, rest in peace.
Trips. Yeah.
And Crazy Craig. So, get in contact with us at naturalhabitatpodcast@gmail.com, or just anywhere else where it says Natural Habitat Podcast. Click on message or comment and let us know.
Sounds like a perfect time to segue into an NHP smoke sesh.
You know what? Let us do that.
All right.
Hold on. I gotta get a dab ready. This NHP smoke sesh is brought to you by Killer Gorilla Extracts, because they hooked it up. They gave me a bunch of hash.
Mail me some, Killer Gorilla.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead and send some in the mail. Mail it on over.
Snail mail. All day.
Snail mail all day. Yeah.
I can't wait for the future when we have the bullet trains here in California.
Yeah. Or when.
Yeah, and then we just be hauling ass back and forth, delivering packages.
Or if there's just like tubes, like underground tubes that we can use the same bullet train technology for, and send little packages.
Like gold banker tubes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Send a little package through, and it'll show up at your house in like 3 minutes.
Yep. It'd be sick. Got some Killer Gorilla coming. 2 minutes, 59 seconds.
Killer Gorilla's on his way, just fucking romping through the city in his underground tube.
All right. I got some theme music right here.
So this is how it goes. If you guys are new, we're all smoking together right now. We're going to play some music. Myself and Joey, we're going to smoke. and you at home or in your car, you don't smoke in your car, wink, wink. And at work, don't smoke at work, wonk, wonk. We're all going to smoke together. So go ahead and flick your bics and snap your pics and hashtag them with NHP Smoke Sesh. And if you don't want to post a picture of you getting high, then just send them to us, and then we will. And we'll blur your face. So hit them with that music, Joey.
Boom.
That's dope. Batman's my shit.
Yeah, and I did that just for you.
Oh, that's nice. Thank you.
Yeah, and
Batman.
Since I did that, I'm gonna segue right into one more little chingus that I did for you. I don't know if everybody out there knows, but Mikey's favorite comic book character, obviously, is Batman.
Very true.
That's why I picked that song. And I feel like that was the most appropriate one. That's Batman from the 60s. That's fucking Adam West era Batman. That's the real Batman, where it all came from. And shout out to my great-grandparents. You know what I'm saying? Hashtag nostalgia that put me onto this shit. When I was a kid, I used to fucking watch that show.
Yeah.
All the time. Like, when I was a kid, like 5, 6, 7 years old, they would put that show on for me all the time. And we used to play on the local networks back in the day too, back then. And I spent a lot of time with my great grandparents growing up. A lot of time, like half the time probably. Half the time I was there, half the time I was with my mom. And they really put me onto a lot of cool old shit. They used to take me a lot of old places to go hang out with all their friends and fucking put me on the old TV shows. And like I used to watch fucking the I Love Lucy's and all of those, to like the Munsters, to all the way back to like the Three Stooges, to fucking, you know what I'm saying, and the music and things that would come along with it, and then the fucking 60s era Adam West Batman, and like, you know what I mean, like they put me onto a lot of old shit. Yeah. And
that's dope.
I'm very very thankful for it, that I got to experience all that shit growing up. I was already living somebody else's nostalgia, basically. Yeah. You know what I mean? And that's what gave me like a extra push or an extra appreciation for it or whatever. Yeah. So I want to jump into this. I don't know if you watch, but we've talked about before Comic Book Man.
Yeah, the Kevin Smith show.
Yeah. Have you watched it yet?
I've seen like a little bit of it here and there, but I haven't really sat down and got down on it.
Yeah, it's really dope. And every episode reminds me of like what we do at the Throwback Thursdays, just only with like comic book stuff. You know what I mean? Like, it's everything they get is all old cool shit. A lot of shit they get on there is shit from our childhood. A lot of shit, most of the shit that they look at is from our parents' childhoods. You know what I mean? Like that far back from like their era. You know what I mean? So they show a lot of cool shit. And they have a lot of cool people on the show because of Kevin Smith. And I mean, it's based at his comic book store in New Jersey. Yeah. It's the Secret Stash. And it's got fucking this giant Silent Bob's secret stash sign out front, and it's fucking got their characters, and like fucking Jay comes in there all the time, and you know what I mean. It's and they run a podcast with it, and so this clip,
the Smodcast.
Yeah,
shout out to the Smodcast.
Yeah,
the very first podcast to make a podcast that turned into a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, here's a clip.
Oh, were you training for the Octagon, dude?
Anybody work here? Hello there.
Oh.
Kevin asked me to come in and say hello, and maybe I might even find my own comic book in here.
Come on over here. Holy mackerel.
Ooh, looky. It's almost life-size.
Your man, yeah.
You know, okay, guys, you take credit cards?
Oh, we do take credit cards. Mr. West, it is an honor to have you be in our presence at the stash. It's amazing.
Thank you. You're very gracious.
They've even been staring at the doll, passing it around, saying, "You're awesome.
We have.
You're awesome." They've been practicing.
For about a week now, since Kevin told us you were arriving at the stash to come sign some comics, I've been practicing how to tell you how much your portrayal of Batman has meant to me since I was a child.
You know, it's hard to know what to say, except you have my gratitude that we were able to create a show that's been long-lasting and has influenced so many lives in good ways. That's good.
The doorway to Batman for a lot of us, particularly of our age, was Adam West. Even before the comic books, I saw the TV show. That was Batman. He was the first drawbridge to that character for me.
I'm like you. I lived and breathed Batman, and that Batman was Adam West.
I love him to death. He's the greatest guy in the world, man. And he was coming back east for something else. And I was just like, please stop in at my comic book store at the Secret Stash. Because I had just written some Batman 66 meets the Green Hornet comic books with Ralph Corman. So, boom, to have them ready and have Adam West tagging those books.
We're about to earn off West's back.
Come over here and sit down. These are the books. Brian, move out of the way. Let Mr. West have a seat.
Look at this. It's a Batman Green Hornet crossover comic book.
We were hoping that you could sign them, and we would be able to peck your brain a little bit.
Well, what's ever left up here? Okay, give me a question.
My favorite episode of Batman's television series is when Mad Hatter turned the Bat Cowl pink with radioactivity. Holy isotopes, right, Batman?
It still tingles.
Mr. West, my favorite episode is the two-parter with you and Robin meet the Green Hornet and Kato. It was awesome. Don't tell Burt Ward this, but I was kind of hoping you'd take Kato on as your ward rather than Dick Grayson.
I think that Bruce Lee could not have played that role. He was perfectly cast in Green Hornet.
That's true.
Because it was a show that attempted to be somewhat realistic, where we were only realistic for the kids.
Now, with all due respect, Mr. West, I mean, you're obviously the better superhero, but I always thought that the Black Beauty was clearly the superior automobile.
Well, you know, I hate to argue with guys like you because obviously you're huge fans, but I think that our Batmobile is the world's fastest car.
Yeah.
Excuse his ignorance, Mr. West. I'll have him fired later.
Thank you very much.
Funny shit. And you know what's cool though is how old is Adam West? Who knows, right? I don't even want to say because it's fucking hard to think about, you know?
Yeah.
But I mean, like, the guy's been around since been around,
right?
And he's still doing the comic book thing, you know what I mean? So that is cool. That's genuine to me. To like, you know, listen, like, he relives stories every day from it. He gets to, like, you know what I'm saying? He gets to go to cool places and be around cool people. They do fucking the Comic-Cons and shit all the time. Like, once you're a part of that, in that culture, it's your life. That's it. You're there forever. You know what I mean? It's like,
and he
it's
still
like a
does,
never-ending thing.
He still does acting gigs all the time. He still does voice acting. He's the mayor of Quahog on Family Guy. He's in like every episode, crazy as fuck. And he's just like, he's the funnest dude. Like everybody that ever works with him or spends time with him just has nothing but good things to say about him. That he's crazy, but like in the best way. He's just hella weird. And I love him, man. And he couldn't have portrayed Batman better. I think that was the best portrayal out of everybody, out of George Clooney, Val Kilmer, Christian Bale,
Yeah.
fucking Ben
Yeah.
Affleck, and whatever he's gonna do. Like all of that, none of that is anything compared to what Adam West did back in like the 60s.
I think it's because they caught Batman in his true comic book form. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everything else now is like readaptations and fucking like different ways that fucking Batman has evolved and changed, and you know what I'm saying, over the years or whatever. But the Adam West Batman is the original comic book form. It's like how he was written. It's like, you know what I mean? It's like that personified in a human's body instead of a fucking superhero character cartoon.
Yeah. And it even looked like a comic book. The way that everything was filmed, and the Technicolor, and the way that their costumes were. Yeah, the POW,
Soing.
all the fucking onomatopoeias. It looked like a comic book. It looked like you were watching a moving comic book, and that was definitely my shit. I remember watching it really young at my grandma's house in her wall of VHS tapes that she had, and like I remember talking about this before. My grandma would just record everything that ever happened on VHS tapes and just put them in this giant. It was a huge wall of shelves where books should be. And it was all just VHS tapes. And I would just go through and watch all kinds of crazy-ass old movies and old shows and old historical events that she would tape live and shit. And I remember watching Batman. Those were like my favorite tapes. All my shit was all sectioned off in the end. All the stuff that I would like to watch. And that was in there for sure. And I remember fucking... You know, so, yeah, my grandma was definitely a big influence on that. And also, you know, her, my Uncle Dan, and my mom and my sister all showed me a bunch of old school shit that was way before my time that I appreciate a lot more than stuff that I'm introduced to now, you know what I mean, or in the past 10 years.
Yeah.
So it's weird how it works like that classic shit.
Yeah. I mean, we'll feel that way about things later on that we didn't know about now, but I mean, I don't know, it's cool to have a head start on shit, and our grandparents always did that for us, always gave us the history lesson and shit.
Yep. All right, so I have some numbers over here on the money that comic books have been making, you know, overall and recently. I know that recently there was an episode of The Amazing Spider-Man with Barack Obama in it. Well, it was a chameleon trying to impersonate Barack Obama, so he technically wasn't there. And it also was pictures in a comic book, so he also technically wasn't there. And that, in the first week, made over $2 million in sales at $1.99 a fucking issue, you know what I mean? So... that's still, comic books are still alive and well. People are still buying them. And it's one of those things that comes in waves, I think. You know what I mean? Like, people won't be into them for a while, and then all of a sudden comic book stores start popping up everywhere. There's a bunch in Slow. And fucking, this asshole in Slow, Dr. Kane, all right? If anybody lives around here, don't go to Dr. Kane's comic store. Go to Captain Nemo's, all right? Because Dr. Kane is a fucking asshole. And he's not like, this is what happened. I went in there and I asked him for, cause they just recently started redoing the old, it's like a new comic book series, a new Batman series that's based off of the TV show, the 60s TV show with Adam West. So it's all like goofy and weird and like that same kind of comedy. And I was getting them. I got like the first 3 episodes or issues, and then the 4th one was coming out soon. So I go in there and I'm looking to see if it comes out. It's not on the shelf, and he's sitting at his computer at the desk, fucking being some little asshole. And I was all like, "Hey man, how you doing?" And he fucking just like looked at me all weird. So I was like, whatever. Like everybody gets one. Like you have a bad day or whatever. I don't know what's going on. You're going to judge me because I have a bunch of pot leaves all over my clothes and hat. That's okay. But after the second time, then I'm mad. Then you piss me off. So, like, I asked him, I was all, hey, this new Batman comic, number 4, is coming out. Do you know when it drops? And he was all like, you're supposed to read them in order. And I was like, yeah, I know. Like, I already have the other 3. So, do you know when the 4th one's coming out? And he was all, no, I don't. And I was like, dude, you're sitting in front of a computer. You're literally right there in front of a laptop that's hooked up to your Wi-Fi. This is your business. It's a small business. This is a potential customer. Like, tell me when it comes out. Maybe I'll pay for it and come pick it up later. You know what I mean? Pre-order it. And he was just a dick. I don't know why. I don't know why he didn't like me. But now here I am smearing his business on my platform. So fuck you, Dr. Kane. And your fucking band sucks. All right? I saw you promoting your shows. Your band fucking blows. Nobody wants to listen to alternative 90s rock. Okay?
Why not?
I guess you're right. I guess there's still a market. You know what? There's a market for you, but it's not me. And it's not us. All right? So fuck you. But other than that, I hope that, you have a great life and you find what you're looking for. And, you be the best you could be, Dr. Kane. Suck my dick. Sorry about that.
Wow.
I got a little mixed up. So here is the that smoke sesh, man. I haven't had dabs in a while, and now I'm just like, So here is sticker price versus ticket price, and they're talking about how comic books are $3.49 on average nowadays to go buy one. So we said $1.99 a lot earlier. We were lying. It's $3.49, and the average price of a movie ticket is $8. So the top 100 comic books from 2009 to 2013 earned $1.1 billion. So that's 100 different, stories within a 4-year period got $1.1 billion, whereas just one Avengers movie earned $1.5 billion.
Over how long?
Well, it doesn't matter.
From the time it came out until now.
Either way, it's just one movie, one project.
But Star Wars is going to do that in the first weekend.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. That there's way more money in making movies than there is in making comic books. But somehow, thankfully, it's still around. People are still making comic books and printing them and putting all this time. A lot of like comedians and actors and shit and personalities are writing for comic books now. More people than you would think. I've been seeing all kinds of famous names on the front of comic books. So it's definitely it's in one of those, how it goes up and down, like in a graph, like in a chart. If I was to bring a chart and be like, notice the spikes of activity in comic books in this chart, it would be on the uprise currently with no sign of lowering. Although if you look at the history of the chart, it's probably gonna lower eventually.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah.
But I'm no chart expert.
Did you know?
I love that part.
The Spock from Star Trek has taken on Wolverine in a battle.
Really? In which universe?
Yep. I don't know.
You don't know?
Wolverine.
Did you know that there's an alternate reality where Peter Parker was bit by a radioactive sheep and turned him into a hero named Sheep Boy? And they made 100 issues of the comic?
Nice.
Yeah, that's pretty ridiculous. Did you also know that there's 20 different types of kryptonite?
Nope.
And one of them is pink and turns Superman gay.
Dang.
Yep. That's some heavy shit.
What? It was bound to happen.
Mm-hmm. You're out of facts? You ain't got no more facts or what?
No, I just like certain ones.
All right, I got something else that comic books made.
What?
So, check this out. Man, I wish I knew the year that these damn comics came out. Okay, there's this old Spider-Man comic book where he was arresting Kingpin, who is one of Spider-Man's enemies, right? Arresting Kingpin. Kingpin was like, you got nothing on me. And Spider-Man was like, don't leave the city. And he was like, I'm not going anywhere. And then Spider-Man slaps this fucking, bracelet on his wrist, this big metal bracelet. And he was like, this will show me your location wherever you are. And then it shows like some screen and there's like a little blip where Kingpin is. And he's all, don't leave the city. Well, that comic book spawned the ankle monitors that people wear when they're on like probation and house arrest and shit. A New Mexico judge, like read that comic book when he was a kid and then came up with the idea and made the electronic radar device in 1983. So he saw that idea and he actually gave credit to the Spider-Man comic when he started doing it. And he was the first judge to sentence someone to wearing an ankle monitor, which goes along with the Spider-Man motto, which is, with great power comes great something. So that's crazy.
Did you know that Powdered Toast Man from Ren and Stimpy is officially a character in the Marvel Universe?
I need to smoke more weed. That seems like a good remedy for this.
Yeah, no, for real though.
Yeah.
Powdered Toast Man fought Spider-Man.
Really?
Yep.
From Ren and Stimpy.
Yep.
That's dope. I wish that we could reference
cartoons could even make their own fucking comics.
I wish that we could give you the issues of these. But now that I think about it, just Google it. Just be like, what Spider-Man comic is, what's his name? Cinnamon Toast Crunch Man?
Powdered Toast Man.
I was close.
Yeah.
Powdered Toast Man in.
It's like what's the most ridiculous character we could think of to make? And let's do that.
More ridiculous than Powdered Toast Man?
Yeah.
I would say my character would be guy that turns into a van man. So it's just, he's a guy. He's like a regular guy that has no powers or no weapons. And he turns into a van. And his power is that he can give you rides. But you have to put gas in him.
So you'd be like a Uber transformer?
Kinda, yeah.
Nice.
Well, what's your idea? What's the worst superhero you could think of?
I don't know. Like Pizza Man. You know, like a giant slice of pizza.
Dang.
But he can never save anybody because everybody would want to eat him all the time.
And can you take bites of him or will it hurt him?
He's pizza.
So it won't hurt?
No.
And he also can't talk? He's just pizza? And people have to like carry him around?
No, like he shows up like a superhero.
Uh-huh.
Like he's going to save the day, but then people just eat him because he's pizza.
So, but he can like walk around.
Yeah.
Man, that's a sad life.
Yeah.
That's pretty bad. So I think that Pizza Man and and what was the one that I came up with? Because it's all the way gone. It's not in my head anymore. What did I say? Do you remember? What was my superhero? I came up with one. God damn it. So Pizza Man and the one that I thought of.
It was the Van Man, remember?
Oh, yeah.
The Uber Transformer?
Yeah. We can't. Pizza Man and Van Man is going to be a side comic inside of our real comic, which is going to be Llama Man and Green the green llama, and the green ant, or something like that. I'm losing it, man. I can't hold any information in my head on this podcast. Okay, I'm gonna blame all of the epic failures that have happened today on our new sponsor, Killer Gorilla Extracts. All right, I'm gonna plug them again 2 times because they gave me a bunch of hash. I've been smoking too much of it, and it's dangerous. Well, so what? You take the wheel. Jesus, take the wheel.
Yeah.
All right. I have I'm going to let Jesus take the wheel right now. And I have this video from Stan Lee, the one and only great Stan Lee. He is a artist and writer and... You know what? Never mind. Just listen.
You know, when a couple of guys are angry at each other and they're yelling and they're arguing, sooner or later, one of them is going to say, F you. And the other guy gets mad and he goes, oh yeah, well, F you too. This is brilliant dialogue. Why is F you considered an insult? It's the most exotic, exquisite experience you can have. If somebody says F you to me, I feel like saying thank you. Thank you for wishing such a wonderful thing to me. And it's time you started thinking about things like that. Don't take stuff for granted. Oh, how you get along day after day without me explaining things, I never will know.
F you.
Mm-hmm. So there's about 100 of those videos on all different topics that you can go find. Stanley just goes on and on. Fucking that's another guy. He's fucking 94 years old and still working, still making cameos all over the place, doing all kinds of shit, and definitely a testament to old nerds everywhere. It's never too old to be a nerd.
I think he might be the first person to live for it. Every fucking movie ever comes out, you'll probably see him in it. Like, no matter what. Anything related to Marvel, Stan Lee will come out.
I agree.
Somewhere in that shit. He'll be like fucking Yoda. You know what I'm saying?
So, one of the main things that got me into, like, really deep into comic books was Johnny the Homicidal Maniac. Have you ever heard of that?
Nope.
Nope. Johnny the Homicidal Maniac is some super insane, crazy shit. And it was made by this guy named Johnny Vasquez or something like that. I'm not sure of his name, but if I find it, I probably won't be able to pronounce it anyway. But Johnny the Homicidal Maniac was about this kid, and as far as I remember, he didn't have... I don't think he had any parents. He just like lived in some abandoned house, and he would always just like kill people. And there was one story where there was some child molester that was like in a mall and snatched some kid, some Jared Fogle looking dude, and took him out into the alleyway. And Johnny comes out and like chops him up and shit. And then I remember there was one where he was in a coffee shop, climbs up on the table, and goes on this giant rant about how everyone like always laughs at him and never took him seriously and blah blah blah, and how they're all gonna die. And he like kills this one guy and then kills this other guy, and then he's all, everybody else will live to speak of this day and tell my story. And then he bails, and they look at his backpack on the table, and there's like a giant bomb in there with 2 seconds left, blows up, kills everybody. And I read this shit when I was like 10, maybe. I was like all about Johnny the Homicidal Maniac. And fucking that shit was like hella dark. That and Lady Death. I remember I used to read that too because there was just super fine, almost naked bitches all over it. Vampire bitches and shit.
That makes sense though.
Mm-hmm. That's dope, man. That's where it's at. So, yeah, man, comic books comic books are definitely not going anywhere. They're
Yep.
I think that comic books are foundations of lots of entertainment, whether it be, toys, TV shows, movies. It all starts with a comic book. That's where the idea is laid out, because you could take a comic book series of 100 issues, and then that works out all the kinks and builds the universe. It, introduces you to the characters, gets all the creators familiar with everything. So that way when they go to make the movie or the TV show, they have more to work with. You know what I'm saying? Just like we have 100 episodes of this, someone could easily make a comic book for us. So do it.
Yep.
All right.
On that note, here's some vintage comic book shit right here. Here's just check it out.
When crime threatens the township of Leonardo, New Jersey, Blunt Man and Chronic leap into action.
Slogans!
You've seen them on the big screen. Now bring the action of the movie into your own home.
You'll never beat me, heroes! Sniggity nooch!
Available now wherever paraphernalia is sold.
Wherever paraphernalia is sold. Have you heard about Cannabis TV? That reminded me.
Yeah.
Did you see Tommy Chonk's cooking show that he has on Cannabis TV?
Yeah, he's actually got a couple shows out right now. They're pretty dope. He's got this new talk show, and then he's got the cooking show where I don't even know if he cooks anything, does it?
No.
I don't think he cooks anything.
No, for anybody that hasn't seen it, you got to go look at it. Tommy Chong's cooking show is amazing. It's like he starts chopping stuff up. He's in a really nice kitchen, like probably in his house, and chopping shit up, and he's all like, I'm going to show you one of my favorite meals to eat when you got the munchies. But first, I'm going to go get high. And he goes outside, and he's all like smoking out of this like Fiji water bottle that he made a makeshift bong out of. And it's just some montage with some music, and it's all slow motion, and he's smoking for like a minute. And then it just flashes back inside, and the food's on fire and just burning and smoking. And it's all, thank you for watching. Tune in next week.
Yeah. If you look closely, I think it was weed in the pan, too, that he was cooking.
Yeah, he was just chopping up some leaves.
It was like buds. He like put buds in the pan, and the buds just like started smoking.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, we're out of time, so we got to get out of here. We got to get back to the future. I got to get to my grandson's soccer game. Wait, not that far. Don't go that far.
All right.
All right, man. Thank you for joining us, everybody. We love you. Have a great day. And go read some fucking comic books, bitch.
Peace, bitches.
The Natural Habitat Podcast.